This self-learning video is created by Jagrat Creations. It is on profit prior to incorporation, hence useful to the students who are reading for CA Intermediate, ICWA Executive, CS Executive, BCom and CA IPCC. The video is on profit prior to incorporation. I want to solve one sum on profit prior to incorporation. Just observe the sum on the screen. This is the details given to you. Hetal Limited was incorporated on 1st of May 2010 to take over the business of Shri Vinith Brothers from 1/1/2010. The certificate of commencement of business was issued on 1st of June 2010. The first account of the company were prepared on 31st of October 2010. Now business was purchased on 1st of January. When the business was purchased, it was purchased for a company to be incorporated. And the incorporation certificate is received on 1st of May. So business was purchased on 1st of January for a company to be incorporated. And company incorporated on 1st of May 2010. So period from 1st of January to 1st of May is a period prior to incorporation of a company, and in that period whatever the profit occurs, that profit belongs to the company, but it is not a revenue profit. It is identified as capital profit and it is transferred to capital reserve account. And whatever the profit occurs after company comes into existence, that has occurred on 1st of May till end of the accounting period 31st of October 2012. So from 1st of May 2010 to 31st of 31st of October 2010 is a post-incorporation period. You don't have to commence the date given to you for commencement of the business, because business is already commenced and is running right from 1st of January, the date on which it is being purchased. Otherwise also, the date of commencement of business is not considered. For the purpose of finding out the profit prior to incorporation, the profit prior to incorporation means period for which period of a business which is prior to the incorporation date of the company is known as period prior to incorporation, and profit of that period is known as profit prior to incorporation. This is the details given to you. Commission on sales at the rate of 1%, 30,000. So 30,000 divided by 1%, you will get the sales amount. On that sales, you have earned a gross profit of 25%. So 25% is the gross profit to be applied to the sales that we have found out. And that sales will be distributed. The gross profit will be distributed between pre and post incorporation period in the ratio of sales. Bad debt reserve, 12,000. Bad debt reserve is a provision made for the debtors to be recovered in future. At the end of the year, whatever the debtors are there, we presume that those debtors are only out of the sales made in post-incorporation period. So whatever the bad debt reserve is provided for is on the closing debtors, and closing debtors do not include, it is presumed, or generally it also happens so. So closing debtors do not include any credit sales made in a period prior to incorporation. So this 12,000 will be considered as a post-incorporation expense. Salary will be distributed in the time ratio. Rent also will be distributed as per the instruction given to you. Rent per month was 2,500 up to 1,500. So in light of the point number 4, the rent will be distributed. Advertisement expense, though it's a sales expenses, but it is per month 2,000 is given to you. And here a period from 1st of January to 31st of October, 10 months are there. So 10 2s are 20, 20,000 is advertisement expenditure per month. So it will be distributed on the basis of time. And nothing is outstanding because our accounting period is confined to 10 months. Preliminary expense is post-incorporation. Share transfer will be post-incorporation expense. Audit fee, you are told that it should be considered as expense after incorporation, so audit fee will be treated as post-incorporation expense. Rent received will be distributed in the ratio of time. Interest paid to vendor. The purchase value is paid to the vendor on the date of incorporation, so interest paid to vendor is a pre-incorporation expense because on the date of incorporation, the interest is paid. So no period is there for interest calculation after incorporation because the purchase price is paid on the date of incorporation. Bad debts, 5,000 related to pre-incorporation. So 20 minus 5 remaining bad debts are post-incorporation. Salesman allowances will be distributed in the sales ratio, depreciation time ratio, debenture discount and director fee, post-incorporation expenses. After explaining you in this fashion, let me start. First I will calculate the time ratio. Time ratio, the date on which the business is purchased. This is the date of incorporation. This is the date on which the accounting period ends. Pre-incorporation period 4 months. Post-incorporation period 6 months. 4:6 is the time ratio. So time ratio 2:3. So this is the time ratio that I worked out by preparing note number 1. Now I want to work out the sales ratio. Calculation of sales ratio. Commission is equal to sales into 1% is equal to commission. Sales into 1% is equal to commission 30,000. So sales is equal to 30,000 divided by 1%, 30 lakhs. Now pre-incorporation sales plus post-incorporation sales is equal to total sales. Total sales is 30 lakhs and the sales pre-incorporation period is 7.5 lakhs. So this is 30 lakhs, this is 7.5 lakhs. So you have to find the missing number post-incorporation sales. 30 lakhs minus 7.5 lakhs, 22,50,000 is the post-incorporation sales. And the sales ratio 75 to 225, that is 1:3. This is the sales ratio. Now you are told that the gross profit is 25% on sales. So 30 lakhs into 25%, this is a gross profit. Gross profit has to be distributed in the proportion of sales ratio. So 7,50,000 into 1/4 is the pre-incorporation gross profit. And post-incorporation gross profit 7,50,000 into 3/4 is the post-incorporation gross profit. This is how I have prepared 3 working notes. One wherein I have calculated time ratio. Second, I have calculated sales ratio. And here the bifurcation of gross profit is being made by me. Now let me start with the sum. This is the basis of allocation. All the expenses given to you for a 10 months time span will be distributed in pre and post incorporation period on the basis of nature of expenses. The expenses which are time relevant will be distributed in the time ratio. The expenses which are sales relevant will be distributed in the sales ratio, and expenses for which specific information is given to you, for that distribution will be made in light of the information given to you. And same way, certain expenses are also absolutely identified as expenses relevant to the company. They will be recorded in the post-incorporation period. First of all, I will write down the sales ratio. I will write down time ratio in our corner because I am going to use it. Commission 30,000. That will be distributed in the sales ratio 1:3, 1/4 pre-incorporation, 3/4 post-incorporation. So commission distributed in the sales ratio 7,500, 22,500. Next gross profit that I already worked out, pre-incorporation gross profit, post-incorporation gross profit. After that, bad debt reserve, it is considered as a post-incorporation expenses as I told to you. Then comes salary. Salary will be distributed in the time ratio, and time ratio is 2:3. Notice that salary 1,20,000 in time ratio, 2/5 pre-incorporation, then 3/5, 1,20,000 into 3/5 post-incorporation. Salary distributed in the time ratio. Next expense, rent. For that you are given specific information. I'll prepare a working note for rent distribution. Pre-incorporation period, you know that 4 months. That is from January, February, March and April. May, June till October, post-incorporation period. rent per month was 2,500 up to 1st of May. So in all these 4 months, rent was 2,500 per month. After that, it was 3,000 per month, and building was purchased on 1st of October. So on 1st of October, building is purchased, so no rent is payable in the month of October. So May, June, July, August, September, the rent is 3,000 per month. And in October, you are not required to pay rent because the building is purchased. So what is the pre-incorporation? Pre-incorporation, 2,500 into 4 and 3,000 into 5, 15,000, 10,000 and 15,000. Here you are given 10 plus 15, 25,000 total expenses. This is how the rent is distributed between pre and post incorporation period. Advertisement distributed in the time ratio. So 20,000 into 2 by 5 pre-incorporation, 20,000 into 3 by 5 post-incorporation. General expenses distributed in the time ratio 2:3, 15,000 into 2 by 5 pre-incorporation 6,000, post-incorporation 15,000 into 3 by 5 9,000. Preliminary expenses post-incorporation expense. Share transfer fees and income post-incorporation income credited to profit and loss account. Audit fee, are told that it should be treated as after incorporation expense, post-incorporation expense as given. Rent received will be credited in the time ratio 40,000 into 2 by 5 pre-incorporation, 40,000 into 3 by 5 post-incorporation income. Interest paid to vendor, you are told that purchase value is paid to the vendor on the date of incorporation. So it is pre-incorporation expenses as given to you. Bad debts, you are already told that 5,000 is a bad debt for pre-incorporation period. So remaining 20 minus 5 post-incorporation. Salesman allowance distributed in the sales ratio, that is 1:3, 1/4 pre-incorporation. 10,000 into 3 by 4 post-incorporation 7,500. Depreciation distributed in the time ratio 2:3. 45,000 into 2 by 5 pre-incorporation 18,000. Post-incorporation 45,000 into 3 by 5 27,000 post-incorporation. Debenture discount post-incorporation expense. Director fee post-incorporation expense. This is how all the details and information is considered. Now I want to find out the profit. Total of credit minus total of debit. So total of credit is at 2,03,500, 5,88,500 that I write on the debit side. Here the profit. You get 2,03,500 minus all these things, you will get the profit. 5,88,500 minus all these things, you will get the profit. But this profit is a capital profit, while this profit is a revenue profit. So this difference will be transferred to capital reserve, and this difference will be transferred to profit and loss appropriation account. This is how the profit is found out, and pre-incorporation profit transferred to capital reserve, post-incorporation profit credited to profit and loss appropriation account. This is how the sum on profit prior to incorporation is being solved here before you. I have tried to explain you these concepts. I feel that you have followed all these things. Thanks to all of you.